The Xenoblade Chronicles series is such a special one to me, and one of the many things I love about it is the incredible areas that are in these games. The developers at Monolith Soft are true masters at creating some of the best worlds I've ever seen. But what would be the perfect place from these worlds to take a nap, or even a full night's rest? We're not looking for the most relaxing overall areas, but hidden nooks and crannies that really go overlooked. I thought it would be a fun little video, and I really hope you enjoy. So please, sit down, relax, and let's go on a journey through the amazing worlds of Xenoblade Chronicles. My first pick is a very special place in the series, Outlook Park, somewhere very early on in our adventure in the first Xenoblade. Something about this place that makes it so comforting and welcoming. With the park being far away from Colony 9, it's a perfect spot to relax. There's no one to bother you, and because of that, it's quiet and peaceful here. As well, this is a great place to get lost in your own thoughts, looking up at the clouds through the soft leaves of the trees, or even gazing at the distant Colony 9. In the first cutscene that plays here, Fiora mentions how the breeze feels so nice in Outlook Park, and it might just be me, but I can kind of feel that same breeze when resting here. There's just something about it I can't explain. In the heart-to-heart then after, Shulk and Fiora mentioned about sleeping here some time ago while looking up at the stars. This is just a great place to sleep, and even Shulk and Fiora fell asleep here. This makes it even a canon spot to sleep too. I would have a great nap here during the day, or even falling asleep at night. Let's move from the bottom to the very top of Bionis and the arid sea. This area is so beautiful on its own, but with a unique weather occurrence, an aurora gleams with stars sprinkling the sky and creates this stunning display above the capital. And at the Sky Terrace in Alcamoth, we can get front row seats. This is the highest part of Bionis, where it feels like you can almost touch those stars. Although there are some that twinkle down around you, but they're harmless. The shooting stars and the glistening sky are just so captivating that I could just fall asleep here easily. The one thing about Alcamoth, however, is it feels very cold. Not in temperature, although I'm sure it's freezing up here. But I just mean, Alcamoth is just a city that makes me feel a bit uneasy. But this view is too incredible to give up. The Uriah Titan is probably one of the most relaxing places in Xenoblade 2, with the colorful glowing Sophronia trees and the alluring music. There's a lot of great potential spots here, but on the outskirts of Fonza Maima is a tucked away secret area called Blossom Shade Cliff. You have these large Sophronia trees, but you also have this gorgeous view of Uriah. And this is not just a place to take a nap or to sleep, but really a place to live. There's a small house built into the hill here. It feels so warm and inviting. I think that's mostly because of the design, but it also reminds me of houses I would make in Minecraft. I would always build into a mountain so I could expand as much as I'd like without worrying too much about how the outside looked. This is my kind of area I would build it to. This is the place where you could retire and relax against a tree, or set up a little picnic with the petals falling nearby as the trees and hills act as a shield to your peaceful, calm life. Another thing about this area that I love is on your way back to the capital, there's this amazing view of the lit up city through the Sophronia trees. It's just incredible. Back to the first Xenoblade, Under the Arid Sea holds the Great Machna Forest, an absolute favorite area of mine. And in this forest holds this colossal tree, which inside is the domain where the Nopon live, Frontier Village. With the pollen orbs everywhere, they give the whole inside this cozy vibe to it, especially the dangly ones, I'm not sure why. Not to mention the small Nopon houses, which I just love. Some have little propellers too. I would just love to rest against a tree right here, looking up and seeing the Nopon working hard on the pollen orbs as they ship them places on their little minecarts. And then in front of us, the slight mist and sparkles in the air from the pool below the sacred altar. It feels almost magical. The Nopon could be bothersome, but I don't think they'd mind me resting here. Onto the world of Ionios, where we can find ourselves in the Vermilion Woods from Future Redeemed. Here at Springside Camp, you are fully in the forest, surrounded by beautiful autumn trees and a stream that gently flows into a nearby spring. This area feels sort of similar to Outlook Park. It's far away from everything else, which makes it really quiet and peaceful. And at night, it's perfect. You lie down to peacefully rest as the fireplace lightly crackles and the sounds of owls and crickets in the distance help guide you to sleep as you gaze up to the vivid clear sky. There's these blooming plants with lights here as well, which are really pretty at night. It's just so relaxing here. And to be honest, it's getting me the itch to go out camping somewhere and make some s'mores by the fire. Title screen from Xenoblade 1. Now, this one is a bit of a special case. It isn't a place we can set foot in, but it just had to be on the list, and I'll explain why. This to me is one of the greatest title screens. I mean, it's so simple. It's just the Monado and the grass with some clouds, but it's so much more. With the song, it starts out so soft, but it builds into a beautiful harmony between piano and violin, which gives me this feeling of someone's dream for the people of Bionis and Mechonis to be as one. The song embodies that and encourages hope for a better future for this world. The amount of times I would open the game just to sit in awe at this screen. I would just love to lie in the grass here with a gentle wind blowing on my face as the day turns to evening and to night as the Monado glows, awaiting. It's nothing but perfect, and I would gladly sleep here. Continuing on Bionis, we have Satol Marsh. This section is just a swamp, but as you all know, when the time changes to night, it completely changes the entire feeling of this area. The trees luminesce with ether shimmering from the branches, creating an otherworldly scene. And oh my goodness, this song. But it gets even better. At night, you have the chance of getting dense fog, which gives the wetlands this purplish color, and it makes it even more beautiful than it already is. But where would we sleep? Well, it definitely wouldn't be in Banna's cave. Look no further than the crown tree, standing high above the others. Just take a look at the view from here. When I was searching for areas in all the games, I was stunned when I found this. It's nothing short of amazing. And above us are wispy ether orbs, soaring into the enchanting violet sky. It reminds me a lot of the motes from Xenoblade 3. This final area I have to share is somewhere likely overlooked from the series, but it's always been a favorite of mine. Below the busy plains of Cormont lies the Forgotten Waste in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This lush, mystical forest is straight out of a fairy tale. Fireflies flutter about as the glowing plants light a path into the misty fog. Something about the tree that stands here as well. It's so grand and overgrown with vines that are softly draped on its root that creates this really cozy and inviting atmosphere. It feels very secluded and somewhere that's only a place for you. The song as well is just so soothing. It's one of my favorite songs in the series actually. It's so soft, so calming, so peaceful. The song alone just makes me want to drift off to sleep. I know this area becomes swallowed up in the cloud sea, but really, I don't care if it does. I'm sleeping here no matter what, day or night, even if this is where the Cormont Titan poops. To me, it's the perfect little nook. There's so many wonderful areas in the Xenoblade series, and I would love to hear any special places that maybe mean something to you. Plus, if there's any other series you'd like me to cover for sleeping in, let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video, and shulk!